Today is Wednesday, June the 26th. Jase will turn 5 months old tomorrow, and it is currently 8:45 p.m. We are in Stockton, California, in our house trailer, and I have right here a small sampling of split pea flavor from Yummy brand baby food. Here's the jar. You can kind of see it in the yellow there. It says Yummy. This stuff costs $5 a jar. Yes, I am crazy, but I got a sample pack, so I got to try it for free. So this is Jase's first experience with eating solid food. While this doesn't look very solid for a baby, it's considered solid food. So we're gonna try some split peas. This is Jase. Jase is going to be going to bed here soon, but we wanted to try a little bit of food before we drift off to dreamland. This is going to be his first experience with trying solid, but he did suck on a french fry today at lunch. So all right, Jase, are you ready? We got just a little baby bite on the spoon. He opened his mouth really good, and he's oh, I think maybe that was a little bit of a, what's that flavor face? I would say he's definitely interested in the food. And it doesn't look like he is really spitting it back out, so that's a good sign because we're looking for the absence of a tongue thrust reflex. So his tongue's coming out a little bit, but there's not any food really coming out with it. So that's good. And we started with just a really, really small amount out of the jar. We did about 2 teaspoons worth of food that we're gonna try. And we separated that out so that we don't get the rest of the big old jar of baby food contaminated with baby spit and possibly germs, so that we can use this baby food on another time. Because Jase is not gonna eat the whole 4 ounces at once. No, he's not, because he's just a little guy. I don't know. I wouldn't say that he hates it. I would say he's getting it down. And I would say that he's interested in more, so I'm not sure that constitutes as liking it, but he's definitely interested in it. Oh, and it's worth noting probably that Jase is still, up until now, eating just breast milk. And he did just have a full feeding about 10 minutes before we started this process here. So he's still supposed to be getting all of his nutrition from the breast milk. And this is just kind of like bonus. You like that, don't ya? Seems to understand that the spoon is for his mouth and that the food is for eating. He's not trying to pull it out of his mouth with his fingers. So that's good. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of peas either, Jase, but you know, we have to eat our vegetables, and green is a very important color. Green has a lot of iron and potassium and folic acid and lots of good vitamins and minerals that help make us grow big and strong. And we were gonna try another green vegetable that Daddy is just not very fond of at all. We were gonna try spinach so that he can grow up like Popeye. But Mommy already froze the spinach. So this was the only vegetable we had available.
How did you freeze the food for storage in the freezer?
Oh, well, we just opened up our little jar of Yummy baby food, and I had some ice cube trays that I wasn't using. So I pre-portioned out 2 teaspoon servings, individual 2 teaspoons each, into each ice cube section of the tray, and I put them in the freezer so that we can freeze them. And then once they're frozen, we pop them out and we put them in a Ziploc bag and we label them. Get your thumb out of your mouth. It's not thumb time. And Mommy wasn't thinking, because Mommy should have put a bib on you to keep you clean. Although I would say you're really doing a pretty good job.
Do you think the way that you put the food in the ice trays will be the best method, or is there anything that you think could have been done differently to improve the process?
I think the ice trays are probably a pretty good plan. That's the first thing I've tried, but from what I've read on the internet, it seems like that's what a lot of people are doing. Because again, you want to make sure that you pre-portion out how much you think your baby is actually going to eat in one sitting. Because once you have this spoon here now has his saliva on it. And so if I were dipping this back into a full jar of baby food, I would only have 24 hours to use up that jar before it's considered bad, I guess, because of the germs that possibly could get in there and start growing. So I don't think there's probably any way that this little boy right here is going to eat 4 ounces of split peas in 24 hours. I mean, I'm not going to feed him 4 ounces of split peas in 24 hours. So
Right.
I think it's probably a good idea to get them split up into much smaller segments so that we can just pop one little ice cube out whenever we need it and defrost that puppy and go to town. But I would say that split peas are a hit because that's now the bottom of the container.
He's just eyeballing that bowl.
So he is now officially 2 teaspoons in to his solid food journey.
And next we're going to give him a little taste of what?
Well, depending on what kind of weaning method you follow, you may want to introduce only one food at a time so that you can watch for allergic reactions. My pediatrician said about 3 days before we introduce the next food. So I don't know if we're going to follow that rule or not. We may or may not do nothing but split peas for 3 days. But the next food that we're going to introduce, I think, because we're going to go for a different color. So our choices this week for vegetables, because you want to do vegetables first, because they're not as sweet as fruit. So you don't want to get him hooked on the sweet stuff.
Ooh, he wants more.
Our choices for vegetables this week from our Yummy box subscription were split pea, which we have now, spinach, pumpkin, and purple potato. So I think next, based on the color wheel, we may try purple potato next because that's purple and it's pretty and it smells pretty good and we're going to try that.
Awesome.
And I would say, yeah, he likes it and maybe he wants more, but it's all gone. See, there's no more. You ate it all. And I don't think you have the tongue control to be like the dog and lick the bowl. Maybe we'll let the dog lick the bowl. Yeah.
Jase, thank you for sharing your first solid meal with us and all the mummies and daddies out there in TV land.
Yeah. Say, it was good. I liked it. Oh, and also worth noting, now that we have introduced a solid food here, we here use cloth diapers. So that means that his poop is going to be changing. Before, we could just pop it right in the washing machine and it was water soluble, no big deal. But now, not so much anymore. So now is the time where we're going to have to figure out how to deal with solid poop. And I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but that's going to be on our agenda. So,
sounds like a world of fun.
yep. And this is how we roll here. We don't have any special baby spoons or special baby bowls. This is a soy sauce cup that has been glued back together because that's how we do it.
Because I broke it.
And this is a regular human adult spoon.
No rubber coating or plastic coating.
No, we weren't really all that prepared for this journey.
No need to spend $7 on a spoon when you have a drawer full of them.
Aside from the baby food, that was the only special supply that we had.
All right, bath time.
Bath time!
Thank you, Jase. Aww. I know. They hate to see you go too.
All right,
Bye-bye.
baby, come here.